Okay, so you're a blogger,
Uh-huh.
and you want more people reading your stuff.
Obviously.
Well, today,
Yeah.
we are diving deep into a secret weapon.
Oh, a secret weapon.
Power words
Okay.
for headlines that grab attention.
Headlines.
Think of this deep dive as your crash course in writing blog titles that actually pull readers in.
That don't just sit there, right?
Right.
Yeah. It's fascinating how much hinges on a simple headline.
Right.
It's the first impression, the digital handshake.
The velvet rope letting you into the hottest club in town.
Okay. Maybe not that dramatic, but you're right. It's the gateway to your content.
Yeah,
You could have the most amazing blog post ever, but if the title's a dud, nobody sees it.
it's true.
Our main source today,
Yeah.
a Rank Math SEO blog article,
Okay.
calls it an art,
Uh-huh.
the art of writing headlines that get clicked. And they compare it to something
Yeah.
legendary ad man David Ogilvy said.
Okay.
Headlines are worth 80 cents out of your dollar.
80 cents. No pressure.
Right.
But seriously, I get it.
Yeah.
It's like the storefront of your blog.
Exactly.
No matter how great the products are inside,
Yeah.
if the window display is boring, people just walk on by.
Exactly. And this Rank Math article dives deep into the psychology of it all.
Oh.
It talks about how power words
Okay.
strategically placed in your titles can trigger emotional responses in readers, making them more likely to click.
So we're talking less about being a dictionary wizard
Right.
and more about being an emotion ninja.
Exactly.
Really?
It's about choosing words that resonate with your audience's desires,
Okay.
fears, or aspirations.
Powerful stuff.
They even break power words down into 3 categories.
Okay, let's hear it.
Seductive, emotional, and sensory.
Okay, now we're talking. Let's start with seductive.
Okay.
What kind of sorcery are we dealing with here?
Think of these as the words that tap into our less rational side. The I want it now part of our brain.
Okay.
Words like new, ooh,
I like that one.
and even because the gestures are surprisingly effective.
So like when Apple slaps a new label on their latest gadget and suddenly everyone needs it,
Yes,
even though their old one works just fine.
precisely.
I see it.
That new implies an improvement, an upgrade, a must-have.
Yeah.
And the article specifically mentions how Amazon saw sales jump just by offering free shipping.
Yes.
People love a deal,
Absolutely.
even if it's psychologically subtle.
It's like that feeling of getting one over on the system.
Yeah.
Even if you end up spending more overall because you added extra stuff to your cart to qualify for free shipping.
It's true.
Oh, well.
And then there's the power of, because
Yeah.
you wouldn't think a simple word like that could be so persuasive.
Right.
But studies have shown it dramatically increases compliance, even when the reason given is completely illogical.
Oh, wow.
The article even referenced this 1977 study about cutting in line at a copy machine.
Wait, really? People let someone cut in line just because they said, because followed by any random excuse.
That's what the research found.
That's amazing.
It seems like our brains crave justification, a sense of reason, even if it's flimsy.
Yeah.
Just having that because creates the illusion of logic.
Okay. I'm already rethinking my next blog title.
Good.
But what about those emotional power words? Are we talking about making people cry over their morning coffee?
Not necessarily tears,
Okay.
but definitely stirring up strong feelings. Think about those viral articles you see online, the
Yeah.
ones everyone's sharing.
Okay.
They often use headlines that tap into curiosity, excitement, or even a bit of anxiety.
Yeah.
Things that get people talking and sharing.
Oh, yeah.
The Rank Math article actually mentions how Upworthy writes over 25 headlines for each article and then tests them to see which ones perform best.
25 headlines. Talk about dedication.
It's a process.
I guess they really take those emotional power words seriously.
They do.
So it's not just about grabbing attention.
Right.
It's about getting people to spread the word too.
Exactly. Emotions drive engagement.
Yeah.
And when people feel strongly about something, they're more likely to share it with others.
Interesting. All right, let's move on to the last category.
Nope.
Sensory power words. Are we trying to make our blog posts taste like rainbow sprinkles?
Well, maybe not literally taste like sprinkles,
Okay.
but you've got the right idea.
All right.
These words engage the reader's senses, helping them see, hear, smell, taste, or feel the words on the page.
I see what you did there.
Uh-huh.
So instead of just telling someone about a delicious meal,
Yeah.
We're making them practically smell the spices and taste the flavors.
Exactly.
Ooh, that's powerful.
And it works.
Yeah.
Think about how restaurant menus use vivid descriptions to make dishes sound more appealing.
Oh, you're totally right.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, I'm craving succulent grilled salmon with crispy roasted vegetables.
That does sound good.
But why are these sensory words so effective? Is there some deeper psychological reason why they work?
Actually, the article explains it by referring to a book called Cashvertising.
Okay.
It outlines something called Dr. Eric Whitman's 17 Basic Desires,
Okay.
which are basically these core human desires like the need for survival,
Yeah.
connection, and status.
Okay.
Power words, especially the sensory ones, tap into these desires
Gotcha.
and trigger emotional responses that make us more receptive to the message.
So it's like a secret code to unlock our primal instincts.
Kinda.
Like a delicious smell wafting from a bakery, making us crave a warm, comforting pastry,
Mm-hmm.
even if we weren't hungry before.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like speaking directly to our subconscious desires through carefully chosen words.
Wow.
It's pretty fascinating when you think about it.
It is.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Okay, I'm hooked.
Good.
We've covered a lot of ground here with these different types of power words.
Yeah.
But I'm also curious about how this all ties into SEO. Does sprinkling in a few power words automatically make Google love your blog more?
Well, it's not quite that simple, but it's definitely connected, you see.
Hold that thought.
Okay.
Because we're just about out of time for this part of our deep dive.
All right.
But don't worry, we'll be back in a flash to unpack the SEO connection and give you some real-world examples of how all this works in action.
Sounds good.
So stay tuned.
It all boils down to clicks.
Okay.
Search engines, especially Google, pay close attention to how often people click on your blog post from the search results page.
So it's all about the clicks?
Pretty much that's called your click-through rate, or CTR.
CTR. Gotcha.
And a higher CTR signals to Google that your content is relevant and engaging,
Okay.
which can bump up your ranking.
So if my headline is a snooze fest and nobody clicks on it, Google's basically like, meh, this blog post must not be that great.
Pretty much.
Much.
But if you use power words that entice people to click, Google takes notice and might reward you with a higher ranking, meaning more people will see your post organically.
So it's like a popularity contest,
Yeah,
where power words are my secret weapon to climb the ranks.
you got it.
But hold on, couldn't someone just stuff their headline with a bunch of clickbaity power words, even if their content is subpar?
You've hit upon a crucial point.
Okay.
The article actually cautions against that.
Okay, good.
Overpromising and underdelivering is a recipe for disaster.
Right, because if your headline screams life-changing secrets, but your blog post is just a rehash of basic tips, everyone already knows people are going to feel tricked.
Exactly, and they'll bounce right back to the search results,
Yeah.
which Google calls pogo sticking.
Pogo sticking.
And let me tell you, Google doesn't like pogo sticking.
I imagine not.
It signals that your content isn't meeting expectations, which can hurt your rankings in the long run.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's all about finding that balance
Right.
between grabbing attention with power words and accurately representing what your content is about. No clickbait shenanigans allowed.
Absolutely, authenticity is key.
Got it.
Now, you might be wondering how this all works in the real world.
Yeah, let's get practical.
So let's take a look at a few examples from some blogging heavyweights who've mastered the art of power words.
Okay, I'm ready.
The Rank Math article specifically mentions Neil Patel, Brian Dean, and John Morrow.
Okay, I'm ready to take notes.
Yeah.
These guys are like the rock stars of the blogging world.
They are.
What can we learn from Neil Patel?
Neil's brilliant at creating a sense of exclusivity and value right off the bat.
Okay.
If you visit his website, you'll see power words like advanced free and cheat sheet sprinkled throughout his homepage.
Oh, yeah.
It's like he's giving you access to some secret knowledge that most people don't have.
Oh, I see what you mean. Those words make you feel like you're getting something special, something that's going to give you an edge.
Right.
It's not just information. It's like an exclusive club.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the article points out how he strategically weaves these power words into sentences, using words like ready to create a sense of urgency and hidden potential to pique curiosity.
I can see that.
It's like he's having a conversation with you, guiding you towards taking action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's not just about throwing random power words in there. It's about using them strategically to create a specific feeling or prompt a specific action.
Yes, very much so.
What about Brian Dean? What's his power word strategy?
Brian's all about building trust and authority.
Okay.
He uses power words like free and proven to encourage email signups.
Yeah.
But he doesn't stop there.
What else does he do?
He backs up those claims with social proof,
Ooh.
like testimonials from satisfied customers and links to his most popular blog posts.
Oh, smart.
Yeah.
So it's like he's saying,
Mm-hmm.
don't just take my word for it. Look at all these other people who have benefited from my advice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That combination of power words and social proof creates a powerful, persuasive effect. It's like he's removing all your doubts and objections before you even have them.
Clever. Okay, Brian Dean, master of persuasion, check.
Check.
What about John Morrow? How does he use power words to stand out?
John's known for his clear and concise copywriting style.
Mm-hmm.
He gets straight to the point,
All right.
using power words like get paid and work from anywhere to directly address his audience's desires and aspirations.
I love that he's not sugarcoating anything. He's telling you exactly what you can achieve if you follow his advice.
Right.
It's refreshing, actually.
Yeah.
And the article mentioned his blog titles, too.
Uh-huh.
What's so special about them?
His blog post titles are masterclasses in using power words to pique curiosity and entice clicks.
Okay.
He understands that people are busy and bombarded with information,
For sure.
so he makes every word count.
Yeah.
His titles offer a clear and compelling reason to read on.
These real-world examples are so helpful.
Good.
It's one thing to learn about power words in theory, but seeing them in action like this really drives the point home.
I agree.
Now, I know we've talked a lot about English power words, but what about bloggers who write in other languages?
Yeah.
Are they out of luck?
Not at all.
Okay, good.
The Rank Math article actually provides lists of power words in several different languages.
Really?
They highlight how the psychology of persuasion is universal.
Wait, really? So even if I'm writing in Spanish, French, or Japanese, I can still use these techniques to make my headlines pop?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Whether you're writing for a global audience or targeting a specific language group, there are power words that will resonate with your readers on an emotional level.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
It's like a secret weapon for bloggers all over the world.
it is.
But with so many power words to choose from, how do I know which ones are right for my blog and my audience?
That's where things get really interesting. It's not about randomly throwing in any power word that sounds good. It's about understanding your audience and what makes them tick. What are their pain points, their aspirations, their fears? Once you have a good grasp of their psychology, you can choose power words that speak directly to their needs and desires.
So it's like being a detective, uncovering clues about my audience, and then using those clues to craft the perfect headline that lures them in.
That's a great analogy.
I like it.
And remember, it's not about manipulation.
Right.
It's about connecting with your readers on an emotional level and offering them something that genuinely resonates with them.
Right. It's about building trust and creating a sense of excitement and anticipation. But with all this talk about psychology and strategy, it almost feels like writing headlines has become this super complicated science.
I understand where you're coming from, but it doesn't have to be overwhelming.
Okay.
Start by incorporating a few power words into your next headline
Yeah.
and see how they impact your CTR.
So it's more about experimentation and finding what works for my specific audience.
Exactly. Pay attention to what resonates with your readers and adjust your approach accordingly.
Yeah, okay.
And don't be afraid to get creative. The world of language is constantly evolving, so there's always room for new and innovative ways to use power words.
This has been such an eye-opening deep dive.
Good.
I feel like I've unlocked a secret code to writing headlines that not only grab attention, but also connect with my readers on a deeper level.
That's fantastic to hear. And remember, this is just the beginning of your power word journey.
Yeah?
There's always more to learn and explore, but with these fundamental principles in hand, you're well on your way to creating content that truly stands out from the crowd.
Now, before we wrap things up, I want to leave our listeners with a little challenge.
Oh, I love a good challenge.
What do you have in mind?
I don't know. Tell me.
I want everyone to think about the specific emotions they want to evoke in their readers.
Okay.
What feeling do you want them to have when they see your headline?
Mhm.
Excitement,
Yeah.
curiosity, a sense of urgency, maybe even a touch of FOMO, fear of missing out.
That's a great starting point. Once you've identified the desired emotion, you can start brainstorming power words that align with that feeling. Right.
Think about the words that make you feel that way and try incorporating them into your headline.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to experiment and have fun with it.
Hmm.
You might be surprised at what you come up with. Who knows? Maybe you'll even discover some new power words that aren't on those lists we talked about earlier.
That's the beauty of language. It's always evolving now. If our listeners are looking for more inspiration or want to dive deeper into the nitty-gritty of power words, we've included a link to that Rank Math SEO blog post in the show notes.
It's packed with even more examples and insights and those language-specific lists we mentioned.
It's a fantastic resource for any blogger who wants to take their headline game to the next level.
So as you embark on your power word adventure, remember, it's not about trickery. It's about understanding your audience and using language to forge a genuine connection. Think of it as building a bridge between your amazing content and the readers who are eager to devour it. Beautifully said, and who knows, maybe by mastering the art of power words, you'll not only attract more readers, but also build a thriving community around your blog.
Now, that's a goal worth striving for.
It is!
So keep writing, keep experimenting, and most importantly, keep connecting with your audience.
And until next time, happy writing.